irregular bullshit. Still hearing this motherfucker speak nonsense. What are we to do? Just sit and lose? Just go to the polls and still lose? Who's winning here? The billionaires. I'm just a nobody from nowhere. Tax after tax, people still scared. Can you think for yourself with no fear? False evidence of being real. Got niggas out here still carrying the steel. Possibilities are so endless from my scope. Keep your head up and some high hope. Is it Bush fault or Obama's nigga? Did Bin Laden die for real, nigga? Is it Republican or Democrat? Just like that fucked up show called Cats. I'm angry, you angry. The hate you gave fucks everybody. Lobbying and the lobby make it sloppy. Fucking yo bitch and she call me Pop. What is the lesson for real, nigga? No representation without tax, nigga. Fuck you, pay me, give it for free. Money is the game of monopoly. Building up the wealth for the family tree. But you Democrat and you want it for free. Listen to the leaders of the new school. Familiar filth cat and Mark too. Politicking of issues like cashews. We're the real news on the avenues. Listen to the leaders of the new school. Familiar filth cat and Mark too. Politicking of issues like cashews. We're the real news on the avenues.
Now they socialists, so they want it from me. Fucking hopeless, like a fucking degree from an HBCU and Negro studies. Now you unemployed because of stupidity. What can you do? Cry and boo-hoo, feeling Trump intelligence over conversation for irrelevance. Wanna live rich, but your mind is derelict. Your conceptualized concepts of constant nonsense sound stupid and useless and show incompetence. Foolish fuck show pure incontinence. Shitting yourself whenever Trump is popping in. That's money talking to dummies walking. So it don't make sense, cause you coons is fucking dense. White ones too, rap God, these words might you fools. And you don't deserve to win, so you pussies lose. Listening to dissonance and rap tunes. Strong voices for bad choices you choose. White privilege ain't real, I can't see it. Trans people are ill, cause I'm proud of my penis. Lesbians claim feminism, cause they was never gonna be wise. So they advocate fucking little girls who wanna watch boys' demise. You should be happy that I'm telling you what's on my mind. Now go to SoundCloud, type in Filth Cat, get the fuck about my face and go show some motherfucking pride.
Listen to the leaders of the new school.
Yeah.
Familiar filth cat and Mark too.
Yeah.
Politicking of issues like cashews.
Yeah.
We're the real news on the avenue. Listen to the leaders of the new school. Familiar filth cat and Mark too. Politicking of issues like cashews. We're the real news on the avenue.
Peace and blessings to everyone. Welcome back, but this time it is the International Chat with your one and only Uncle Deuce. Welcome back to Bite the Nickel Radio, the Frequency BDN Radio Network. And if you just so happen to be like, what is he fucking looking at? I'm looking at stocks, okay, while I'm talking. So I'm doing two things at one time, okay? Don't get all frustrated and flustered and fluckered and wondering why are my eyes going this way, that way, and all that. Don't worry about that shit, okay? All right. To my day ones, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. But to those around the world, also thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be able to tune in to a show that brings light to different perspectives. Today's subject matter is the jungle needs hope. God is your only leader to the promised land. And last week I was going to do a segment and something told me, no, don't do a segment because everybody's tender about this motherfucking election. You know, okay, yes, Trump won. All right. And I'm going to tell you why Trump won. The marketing was much better than the Kamala Harris team. the main issue when it came to Democrats was women's rights. Okay. And they held on to that as a campaign. But ladies, let me say this. I don't have nothing against you having rights. Okay. But there's more to just a campaign than just women's rights. Okay. Right now, the cost of your food is 4 times the measure that it was 4 years ago. Your light bill is 4 times the measure that it was 4 years ago. Your gas bill is 4 times the measure than it was 4 years ago. Your cable has went up exponentially. Prices at the gas pump have rose, but only came down for a week. And the only issue that Democrats really pushed was the fact that women deserve to have rights. And you're right. You're right. Women deserve to have rights to say what they want to do with their body. Okay. I agree. You know why I agree? Because that is your choice. That is your choice. I said a few shows ago that your choices are going to be what the outcome of your life are going to be if you understand consequences. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the nation said, fuck it. That shouldn't be the only issue, right? We need to eat. We need to have a roof over our head. Housing is 4 times the measure since 4 years ago. That does that even bother you? That you paying more for rent and barely can fill up your refrigerator at the place you pay rent. You get what I'm saying? That hurts. That really fucking hurts. It hurts because people are not really understanding the overall benefactor of an election. Now, mind you, the people said, fuck it, we gonna go with Trump. They said that in the popular vote. Okay. They said, fuck it. Trump has been talking about the economy overall. Fuck it, we gonna scratch that off. Okay. He's talking about tax cuts. People say tax cuts are only for the rich. They're inside a different bracket. Okay. Tax cuts actually dwindle down, not just up. Okay. And then you also have the state legislation tax. Okay. So it goes from federal to state. You know what I'm saying? Then from state, it goes to counties. Your taxes fluctuate within those tax breaks. Okay. Because you got to think about infrastructure. You got to think about schooling. You got to think about housing. You got to think about these fucking roads with all these motherfucking potholes. Those tax breaks help also generate jobs. So quit thinking this is just, oh, the tax breaks is just for the fucking rich. No, it's not. Okay? No, it's not. It's not just for the fucking rich. You know what I'm saying? Only 10% of that is in a different bracket. You got to understand that, especially if you're an investor. Okay? Now, okay. We understand that Trump is president-elect. We get that. Kamala didn't really fare well. We get that. But let me ask you a question. And I really want you to sit and think about what I'm going to ask you. I want you to sit back for a minute and say to yourself, maybe you got a point. Okay? Just maybe. All right? Who signs your motherfucking check every week? Who pay your bills every week? Who pays the rent in your house? Mm-hmm. Who pays the lights, the gas, the all the miscellaneous stuff? Who pays for your groceries in your house? Let me say this. It's neither Kamala and it's neither Trump. Whose motherfucking responsibility is that? And I just want you to think about that before you go to answering the question very stupidly. Okay? I realized, and I had this chat with my brother. I said, I realized one thing, that no one runs my house. No one runs me. No one predicates or helps me make money but me and God. Okay? I am 100% fully responsible for my rent, my lights, my gas, my miscellaneous, my food, my clothes, everything, right? So why would I need any man? And mind you, while everybody is probably thinking, oh, he voted for Trump. No, I did not vote at all. Because you got to understand, with this vote, casting my vote means I'm allowing blood on my hands. And I don't want no blood on my hands just because I voted for someone because there's a better outcome from just me. Because in a sense, when you vote, you are not only are you making this vote consciously. Some people just go and vote subconsciously. Okay. But I understand the true applications of quid pro quo, getting something for something that getting something out of someone that I want in return for a service that a person may need from me. Quid pro. What's in it for me? Okay. And with me understanding this quid pro, I also understand that if I'm sitting at the negotiation table and I'm delivering terms and circumstances in a contract, right? And in the middle clause, it says, this is what I expect to come back to me for this exchange, right? And, the other party looks over the contract, and they said, well, I could give you everything in the contract except for your clause. Well, that's not a deal. You know what I'm saying? And I realize if I'm not getting what I'm asking for, if I'm not getting what I'm asking for, why should the other individual get what they're asking from me? I shouldn't have to. Matter of fact, I even have that right to hold my vote or hold whatever it is that this individual is asking, all because I won't be able to get my certain particular clause met for their needs and for mine. So what I'm basically saying, if I'm not getting anything out of this vote, I'm not going to cast it. But let's look at the other side. Those of you that have casted a vote, was casting your vote really worth it? Because at this moment, you're not really looking at the aspect of where God is involved. No, you're not. You know, what really gets me is how people say they believe in God, but they more so believe in a man that they can see versus the man that they cannot see. Yeah. You know, the only way to make it in this day and time is really to have your feet planted with the Almighty God. And I just got to be real with that. And let me say this. People hate it when your feet are planted in God. Like everything that you do, everything that you say, everything you act upon, it's only predicated with God inside of it. And the only way you move or budge is taking the time out to consult with your Heavenly Father. Now, we ain't going to get into the belief system. If you believe in God, you believe in God. Okay, period. My thing is, we have forgotten who our true leader is in life. A lot of us say, oh, well, God lead my life. Does he? Does God rule your life? Does God really move in your life? Or are you still stagnant, crying to God that things change? There you go. Damn. Sorry, y'all. All right, we got that connected. Okay. Can't wait till I get certain devices. There's a device I'm looking at for internet use. So don't worry, y'all. It all will change soon. But hey, it is what it is going to be. But anyway, in today's market, in today's way of living, everybody is getting to the place of, I'm tired. I'm trying to make a living. I'm trying to save for my children. I'm trying to save for myself. I'm trying to get to a certain place in my life so that not only do I benefit, but my children benefit. The people that I love benefit. But in order for that to happen, there is only one leader that can lead you there. And even though a lot of people know it, they don't truly believe it. It only happens when someone is consistent enough in a relationship with God to say to God, I want to go from Egypt to the promised land this year. So my question is God really your forerunner? If God was on the ballot, if Jesus was on the ballot, who would you really vote for? If you truly are a prayer warrior or a person that meditates and listening for the voice of God, did you really take the time out to ask God, okay, God, you are my forerunner, but who would you want me to vote for? And let me say this. There are people, there are people that say, I let God make a choice for me, but I went the opposite direction of the choice that he wanted. And that's interesting. And they probably listening to this like, man, how did he know? Now, some of y'all, God did tell you to vote for a certain person, and you still went the opposite direction. Yeah, because you were in your emotions. You know what I'm saying? You were in your emotions. And let me say this. I bet you God looking down over all of us and was like, well, a lot of people was praying for this person. A lot of people was praying for this person. So through their choices, I'm gonna give them who I believe is the person that I pick. Because trust and believe, if God didn't want that man in office that's president-elect, he wouldn't have won, period. And just like the last 4 years, let me say this. Even I believe that the election was stolen from the man the first time. You can sit there and say, oh, you a dumb motherfucker for believing that. No. Because you got to remember, I don't vote. I look and hear and listen very well versus just wanting to talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't just say things just to be saying them, you know, or I don't say things for clickbait like a lot of other people do. You know what I'm saying? I say directly what I feel, how I feel, why I feel that way, because why? I'm comfortable in my own skin in saying it. I'm not afraid of you. It's very easy to shut up the comment section, you know? I learned that my first 5 years of podcasting. Sometimes you got to shut the comments off. Why? Because you get tired of hearing other people's rhetoric and bullshit. You know, telling you how you should have voted and telling you what you should be doing in your life and telling you how you, and they ain't did squat. They just sitting there as an internet troll, just cussing you the fuck out for no fucking reason. So I guess my biggest thing is God your full-time leader? Do you really take the time out to ask God what you should do, how you should do it, why you should do it? You have a direct connection to him. Is God your cloud by day and your pillar of cloud by day and your pillar of fire at night? Is he that to you? There's got to be something other than what a lot of people would call a genie. Give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Ye of little faith. By the way, this is brought to you by Sunkiss. Now I'm just fucking with you. I have to ask the question, why is God always last in a book with people that are tired of what they see? And then not only that, when our people are going to learn how to see God bigger than their situation? Like, I sit down each and every day when I come home from work, and I'm always pondering on how good God is in my life, number one, and then also pondering of what I need to do, what type of work I got to put in for God to respond back to me. You know, I feel like the only person that has always been instructing me is God. It's not like I've strayed away. It's just I know he's my forerunner. I know that for a fact. It doesn't matter in what situation I'm in, he's my forerunner. You know? And not only that, and I know it's a proven fact because people in Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, people that have lost a whole lot of stuff, people in Wyoming that have lost belongings, losing home, shelter, losing their belongings in these floods and fires. They've lost everything. Who is their true source for them? Who gives them hope? It wasn't Donald Trump. It wasn't Kamala Harris. Who gave them hope? Had to be God. It had to be God. Why? Because that's the only person in your life, in this universe, the creator of all, that is God showing his unconditional love for those that want to be guided by him. But you sitting down every night crying. Crying because you can't get what you want. Crying because you feel like you can't make a choice. Crying because you allow other people to make a choice. Crying because you let another leader make a choice for you that you don't even want. Make that make sense. You get what I'm saying? It's not like and let me say this, it's not like God don't want to bless anyone in this lifetime. The thing is, I think God really want to know from each and every last one of y'all is how much you are going to trust him. How much patience are you willing to have with him? But are you truly depending on a government that ain't gonna give you shit? And if they do, it's gonna be bare minimum. Like tonight, when you sit down and really think about it, it might not even dawn on you tonight. It might dawn on you tomorrow or Friday or next week or next month. But the moment it does dawn on you, that will be probably the moment you break down and ask God to forgive you for thinking that, you know, another man outside of him is going to give you everything that you need. Why the fuck will we say in church that God is Jehovah Jireh, my provider, but don't believe that he's Jehovah Jireh, my provider? Why? Why? Why would you not believe that he is the provider of everyone, no matter how you look at it? Why would you not look to him instead of looking towards the government that has given you pennies on the dollar? Who is going to lead you into your promised land is the question. And the moment you really think about it, while you're looking at your situation, and you having that, and you have that epiphany moment, don't get me wrong, it's okay to cry in the presence of God. Trust me, I've done it plenty of times. But yes, the moment that you actually take in consideration how God feels about you depending on another man, oh, that this should be a lesson to the ladies as well. You can have a man, right? And your man probably said, hey, you know, you need something, call me, you know. Your man or your husband. And one day you out and about, you see one of your good friends and you need something, and it's a dude, and you get it from him instead of your husband. And then you communicate that to your husband, and your husband gets kind of, you know, bent out of shape because you asked another man for something that he could have took care of for you, but in return, you decided you didn't want his help. Not that he did anything wrong, not that it, you know, it's not that he couldn't have done it, but you asked him. You asked the other man instead of asking your boyfriend, instead of asking your husband. But you asked the other man, and then you wonder why your husband or your boyfriend is mad at you because you asked another man. That's how God feels. That's exactly how God feels. And you can't even get mad at even that thought that I just said. Even God get mad at times or disappointed at times because you decided to depend on someone else to make things right in America. And he's the only one that can get you from Egypt to the promised land. Mm, mm. It's weird. You know, I talk about God, and I cuss and I smoke weed and this, that. And I told God, I was like, am I wrong? He's like, no. Because not everybody gonna listen to someone inside the church. I realized a long time ago my pulpit was gonna be somewhere else helping people. Now I see where that pulpit's at. And it's not like I'm coming to you like a total ordained minister. I'm just telling it like it is, because even in my own life, I get tired of myself stepping in my own self way. So yes, I take the time out each and every day to communicate with God. Yeah, there's a lot of people mad at God because, oh, you took my mom, you took my dad, you took my baby, you took this, you took that. And it's not so much God took them, because no one is going to live on this earth forever. Let me make that clear to each and every one of y'all. No one is going to live in this lifetime as in forever. You're going to die regardless. Just hopefully you don't die. Hopefully you don't die before what we call the second coming of Christ. You want to see that day, you know. You want to see that day, right? Right. You know, it kind of bugs me that when people have conversations with me, they having a hard time. They want you not to be spiritual at a moment that they want to talk about a serious conversation, but deep down when they're talking, you can hear what God is actually telling you to tell them, and you go along with the program, and people get mad at you for that. What you get mad for? Because I'm only telling you what's right. Some of us are still in this ucky ass energy, as if God has let a lot of people down and he ain't trying to make up for it. Hold on, wait a minute. The energy that you in is basically your fault. If you're not making the right decisions in your life, that's your fault. That's nobody else's fault but yours. You know, I dislike the fact that people can easily blame God for everything that they lost in life. Some things that are lost in life are not always God's fault. Matter of fact, it really isn't his fault. Because everything underneath the sun has a time and a day and an expiration date. Why? Because everything has to recycle. Everything has to recycle. And until you understand the fact that everything has to recycle, you're going to always be mad at God. I don't care what anybody say. You have to be able to come to terms that you're the one that's not in control until you allow God to say, God, help me. There's some things you can give to God and he work it out in your favor. But there's some things that God say, nope, this is your responsibility. I want you to show that you really, number one, deserve what you're asking for. And two, are you willing to work for it just like everybody else? And let me say this. You know, the Israelites, once they got away from Egypt, and then they was in the desert, and food was running out, right? You know, some of the Israelites was like, oh, we had it better back in Egypt. We had it better back in Egypt. We had food. We had this. We had that. Yeah, but you were suffering. And then after complaining, you still see the miracle of God feeding you manna, feeding you quail, and you still complain. That's fucked up, ain't it? Damn. Damn. And it took them 40 years to get out of the promised land. You know why? Because the old mindset of the children of Israel needed to die. Talking about we need a man to lead us. Talking about we need a true leader. God was leading the whole way, but no, they was complaining. So now they had to die out. One particular generation had to die out. That was the unbelieving Israelites. The ones that said, well, after the 12 spies went into the land of Canaan and spied out the land, and they came back, and only 2 came back with a good report. The other motherfucking 10 said, shit, we can't do this. Only 2 came back with a good report. That was Joshua and Caleb. So who is your forward person? Who is your president? I could truly say today, I vote for God to be president. He's been that all my life, so why not? I have never went hungry. There hasn't been one time when I had bills that they wasn't paid, and if they wasn't paid, it was being provided for by God. I still had to get up off my behind to take care of things, but he was my provider. You get what I'm saying? I can't say I actually have the privilege to say, oh, I don't have nothing. I got all that I need right now. And if I did need something, hear me when I say this. If I did need something, I know once I pray the prayer, I got it. I got it. It's A1. I got it just like that. Why? Because I have to believe in what I pray for. Without faith, it is hard to believe in God. Without faith, it is hard to believe in God. I'm looking at you. Repeat after me. Without faith, it's hard to believe in God. And I'm just being honest with you because How is it that you get all your blessings? You got to have some faith. You know, in the gospel, it talks about Jesus walked up to a fig tree. And I guess back in those days, figs was the deal because you can grab a fig off the tree and eat it, you know. Well, Jesus got up to the tree, seen that it wasn't bearing fruit, right? And he cursed the tree, right? They went past, him and his disciples went past the tree after that happened, right? And they came back and the tree was all withered up and shit. Your words have more power than what you think. Your words have more power than what you think. The disciples wondered about that. He said, if you can speak to this mountain and tell it to be thou removed and cast itself into the sea, and not doubt that whatever you say shall come to pass. And it's ironic that a lot of times that we say something, but we don't have enough faith to believe that it actually will happen. Okay? We actually don't have enough faith to believe that will happen to us. And I think what it is, the most, we play church more than we actually believe in church. We act like we believe in God. What the Bible said, we have a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. That's why a lot of people don't really gravitate towards God, because it's what they see in the church. And not only that, it makes it kind of hard for the real soldiers of God to really penetrate those that really want access to God. They believe they're doing everything themselves. And let me say this. And I said this earlier in the show. Everybody quick to give everything to God. But there's times God be like, no, I want to see if you're going to put in the work. I want to see, do you have enough faith for this to actually happen? I want to see if you really believe that I'm your provider. And it's not like God don't love us. It's the fact that we as individuals, we, his creation, we have to be able to learn our lessons in order to graduate to. We just like children now, little babies. But because we adulting now, we don't really look at ourselves as children under God. We adults under God. No, you children. You ain't nothing but babies to him. And the only reason why you don't act that way is because you forgot that you actually come from that very place. That's all. So I ask you, who's your president? Who's your president? Who's the leader of your home? Are you praying? Are you fasting? Are you meditating? Are you actually putting forth an effort to see change? Or are you depending on a literal man or woman to change the whole directory of your life? Well, whatever you've gotten out of this, I hope you've gotten the gist of what I said. We're not perfect, first and foremost. But at the same time, I think our decisions are predicated on just what we see versus our very own faith. You know what I'm saying? And the way I look at it is, wow, I'm fully responsible for everything. I am fully responsible for everything. No matter what the situation may hold. No man, no woman, or child gonna come and save me. I gotta do this on my own. Excuse me, with the help of my Heavenly Father. But I have to build up a strong wall of faith each and every day to believe God gonna bring me to the promised land. All right, y'all. I said my spiel. I hope you have taken the time out to share this with a friend. You know, if you need to, rewind it, listen to it again. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. But not only that, please like, comment, and share. You know, share with a friend that you know really needs to hear this. You know, share with a friend. You know, share it on your social media. You know, and let God work in your favor. All right. Well, yeah. Oh, shit. See, I didn't ask for that. Thank you. Well, until next time, keep it real, keep it trill. I'll be back with another episode of Bite the Nickel Radio, the frequency. This is the International Chat with your boy, Uncle Deuce. Peace out.
Hey yo! Hey yo! Eyes wide shut, sedan in the cut. The 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 eyes wide shut, sedan. Eyes wide shut, sedan in the cut. Beats from the street and the heat's for the one. If you feeling foggy, jump, put some pump. Bounty on the sound will make it speak as the bum. 30-30, the guard get 30-30 and party like a basie and Bobby killing them softly and noisy. Like homos in an orgy, talking over the galaxy smoothly. Niggas don't move me, I speak in dialect. Get respect for my concepts. I stomp MCs just like insects. While your chest wet like the blitz, stand back. If you shoot at me, believe I'm busting back. Correctly and perfectly, indirectly, can flex me or even test me. I'm the best, see? Apostles creed and do the deed or bleed in full speed and tobacco the weed indeed. Now I look in the eyes of my seed and I know I will succeed. So niggas on with the show. I am a force to be reckoned with when I'm hitting it. Apparently you niggas ain't getting 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 it. I'm autistic, but with these lyrics cannibalistic, sadistic, linguistics, only but realistic. My lungs pivot, I merge with my spirit. Niggas don't get it until I'm out of the exit. Connect the dots like dominoes in casinos. Party till you drop, till you off all my Negroes. I'm a headline with my gold mine, punchlines. Pass the moonshine, recline, watch you go blind. Watch the outline and watch me shine, I'ma get mine. If you test me, cock my dog K9. No more fantasies, mysteries, this ain't a comedy. I keep it gully, drinking on 40s and nature is naughty. In the premiere, to this final frontier. 10 G's a show, son, that paid the cashier. You were running side to this lyrical homicide. And yo, ass booty, yo. Apparently you niggas ain't getting it. 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 It's been a while since I've written from my soul. Sometimes I feel